Today I will take you to Belgium again. Secluded in a tiny street near the French border lies another abandoned house where the former residents seem to have evaporated with time. Once we make our way inside the house, we find numerous clear indications that it was once occupied by Mrs. Chantal Thérèse. Her personal memories, conjointly her Roman Catholic faith, are strongly echoed all over the house. And I believe if the walls could speak, many more echoes would be discernible. During multifold years of vacancy, four walls turn out to haven't been enough to withhold nature from creeping in, and neither have homeless people and spiders been retained from settling in for a good measure. If you're curious to gaze at what else I will find in this desolate time capsule, be sure to keep watching as we will tour the past together and go on an investigative journey. Another day, another explore. And you are probably wondering, Moreno, where are you again? Yes, that's what I questioned myself too when I entered this place. I'm standing in the porch right now of an abandoned house in Belgium. And you can clearly tell that this porch is a big mess. I can even hardly move myself inside of here. I have to watch every step I make. But let me tell you that this might be just full of garbage, but there is some beautiful abandoned rooms inside of this house. And it's really like time is frozen. Somewhere in the vegetation lies this abandoned house, which is abandoned since 2013. And there are so many historic antiques, decorative items. I can't wait to show it to you. Let's first start with the big junkyard over here, and after that we are going to that magnificent room, so enjoy watching this video. Okay, so there I'm standing. Well, we can go in this direction. Let's do that first. Oh man, this is disgusting. There is a big pile of human poop. It's diarrhea. Ugh. This place is nasty. Dang. So what I assume is after scanning the complete premises and after having, like we did a quick overview when we started. And I think this place was first actually inhabited by homeless people and squatters. And they just made a big mess out of it. This is actually the garage, by the way. So it was definitely a big workshop. Wow, look at the nature actually reclaiming this place. The roots are all growing in. Looks like they've barricaded the garage door over there. There is no vehicle standing in the garage anymore, but there is actually 2 vehicles standing outside. And they are still in relatively good condition. Damn, but I was shocked about the human droppings, and happy I did not step in it, of course. Dang, that's really repulsive. Anyways, this was the porch where I started. You can clearly tell by the cobwebs it's been vacant for a long time already now. And right over there is a kitchen, so let's show you that one now. If you thought that was everything for the mess, we're not finished yet, because the kitchen is also very, very messy. However, if we start looking at the details, some things are still, oh, I almost fell, very well preserved. Look over here, canned food, those are some tomatoes, asparagus, it's all still there. Well, like you can probably also hear on cam, it's leaking over there. There is some roof damage on top. Looks like these people just left one day, never returned. And they were still having dinner and needed to finish their dishes. This is a very, very strange home, people. Alright. Let's try to make my way a little bit through the kitchen. It's so strange to imagine how this was just once a vivid place where people just were preparing their meals. And right now everything is so dirty and decayed. But still, their food products and some spices over there are still standing inside. Yikes. I'm really happy that I'm wearing a mask, because the smell over here is very, very strong. Anyways, I spotted a door over here. Let's see where it leads to. Dang. Well, this used to be a basement, but it really used to be. Right now it's completely flooded to the top level. My gosh, that's just all water there. Well, that's a no-go. In that case, enough junkyard for now. Let's make our way to that pristine room I was talking about, and that you were probably also expecting when you clicked on the thumbnail of this video. Over in the clock we can still see some pictures of the family. As you can see, there's a man, a woman, and I think they had 3 sons in total. Wow. But look at this room. And that is the reason why I wanted to come here myself, to make a documentary and share this wonderful home with the world and with all of you. So mesmerizing. It's completely trapped in time. And all of that in contrast with the big mess in the porch, the kitchen, and even some other rooms which are about to follow. But for now, let's just start off over here and let's start panning out the items. Wow, look at this device. Must have been a timer or something. Maybe for pigeon milking, that's something you often see in Belgium. It's a very old-fashioned coffee grinder. Some very funny ornaments. Plenty of cobwebs, by the way, not only on the walls, but also everywhere above my head on the ceiling. This looks like one of those Venetian masks. Even still some drinks standing there. But like I told you, numerous antiques. For example, this beautiful clock from 𝗏𝗲, a French brand. Dang. Well, there used to be some books inside of here, but they are all just eaten by insects. Probably like woodworms and everything have manifested this cabinet. I think the woman liked sewing. Oh yeah, for sure. This one is even more filled over here. By the way, I didn't check that cabinet. Let's just quickly scan it. Wow, their glasses are still inside. Everything used to be inside of those shelves to make up the table over there. Wonderful. And I think the other compartments were actually for their sheets. Then you had a lock like this. Very rusty, and you close it again. Alright. Then let's show you the other things that are left behind. There is a wallet over here. Still with plenty of papers inside. Some very old dates, 1986, 1985. I really like the painting over here. Who wouldn't want to live in a house like that? I think this was actually in the Netherlands, concerning there is a windmill over there. The tag of this product, made in Mexico, is still on it. Bottle of Jack Daniels over there, and have a look. This was a photo of their marriage. Just look at the way how they were looking at each other. They were destined for each other for life. And now also comes the really sad part about the history of this home. The woman actually spent almost 20 years here in this house, completely alone. She was a widower. Her husband died previously. He went first. And after that she was just spending her time here. Sometimes her sons came over, but after that, when she also passed away, they didn't seem to care about the house, and it's just going to waste there and forgotten about. Now I was pointing to this very, very cute little gramophone over here. I just really like it. I've never seen one in this shape, in this size. Imagine that the records would just be played on top of here, and then you would have this thing with the needle. It would spin around and it would produce wonderful music. This part is also made out of wood, by the way. That's extraordinary. Look at these big keys for just only some plates. Yeah, and other things. Again, the stuff to make up the table. Wow, plenty of plates actually. They're all still inside of here. Even though I've seen it many times, it still boggles my mind how things like this just keep in this condition for so many years. Here's some food over there. Alright, let's close it up. And let's go on with showing you the wonderful items inside of this extraordinary home. Over here you can already see the part of a clock, a wonderful French clock, and also a wonderful vintage lamp, typical Belgium. Now this absolutely sparked my mind. We've only found a chair like this one time before in a shed of an abandoned house in Spain. And right now we find a similar chair in Belgium. I think these chairs also have a specific name, but I actually don't know this name. So if anybody knows, please help me one step further by commenting right down below. And you can see plenty of cobwebs over here. And right underneath it, a record player and a damaged old-fashioned radio right down beneath it. It's in a very bad condition. It will need a lot of repairment to be functional again. And then have a look at this wonderful room again from this perspective. Wow. Honestly, I have to admit, I think the table over here has been staged by other photographers who visited this place previous to me. I don't think that's the condition in which the original owners left. But yeah, of course, you never know. Because the glasses over here also are connected to this bottle by a big cobweb. So it must have been like this for quite some time already. And then over here we have the first name of the woman. Her name was Chantal. And I really like this actually because those are 3 identity cards and you can see how she grew older from more of a girl to a adult woman and to a retired woman. Just her identity cards. So you can also see the difference in identity cards throughout the years. Then there is this wonderful stone fireplace. And honestly, I have never found this before in this size and shape. Have a look. This is the biggest bellows I have ever found inside of an abandoned place. Isn't this crazy? So for the people watching and don't knowing what this device was used for, by moving it up and down, you would actually pump air right inside of the fireplace. And eventually that would light up the fire. Another old photo. Could have been family ancestors. A wooden bust of a religious person, I believe. And there is another photo of Mrs. Chantal in her younger days. Look at the awl. Whoa! That's a big piece of artillery. And it's dang heavy. I think this is even dated from World War II. Unbelievable. And over here they could actually put the wood and just the ash parts of the fireplace with the shovel. Well, then let's go to this part. From a pristine room, we go to a more messy area again. This was once actually the hallway where they would walk in, their main hallway. Picture of a man. It's very hard to move myself in here. I hope the camera footage is not too shaky because I'm filming everything handheld. Still clothes hanging here in this wardrobe. Another photo of Mrs. Chantal over there in her younger days. Oh, and some dog food. So I think they definitely also own dogs. Whoa. Look over there, even the keys of all the doors of the property are still hanging there. Nobody ever took them. Well, it's not a mystery anymore what's behind this door. It says toilets. Damn. Very dirty again. And this was actually their main door over here. Right over there you can also see the two cars I was talking about. A Volvo and a Renault. Now let's quickly check. Okay, so this is the front facade. Let's go back inside again before the people living right in front of the property will spot me and maybe call the police. So I'm back in the beautiful living room again. I haven't showed you this part in detail yet. Maybe you've already caught a glimpse of it, but look over here. All the dolls just next to each other. And over here there was actually this iron ornament, and you could put, for example, a bottle of wine inside of it. It was a bottle holder. I don't know what this wooden ornament was used for, because I've never seen it before. Well, a piece of taxidermy over there. I just love these old dolls, they are so beautiful. Nowadays you only get cheap plastic dolls. I don't like the modern things, to be honest. Damn. I don't know if actually this sofa was stuffed with all these feathers, or that animals just found their way inside, like pigeons and things. But this looks very, very repulsive. Oh, look over here. Well, let's hide this, because it's actually some pornography, and it's not getting better. So there are actually plenty of family photos over here. This must have been one of their sons eating some chocolate. And eating an ice cream. And eating again. Wonderful. Oh, wow. So look at this. This was Mrs. Chantal, and this was actually the clock in the corner I just showed. This was her again. And maybe this was not her son, but this was her grandson. Looks like they also went to Disneyland in Paris. Where? The famous Atomium in Brussels. These people were just living life. They also seem to have many friends and relatives. So why is this home now just left in this state? It's hard to imagine. So sad how times can change. It's even possible that this was just in the garden of them. Anyways, let's put all of these photos back. Unbelievable. And what's right over here? This was like another sewing set. You can also still see the sewing needles of Singer. The woman must have loved sewing in all of her gloomy, lonely days. Then there is this wonderful Asian styled cabinet which we have found multiple times before now. Oh, and look, this was a very old-fashioned computer. Maybe even one of the first PCs? I don't know, or a telephone. It's saying Minitel 1. Honestly, I'm not familiar with models like this. Oh, and this was a collection. Wow. So many tiny emblems of countries, of brands, just the most random things. Oh, and some DVD players over here, of course. Well, there is this print of a man playing the saxophone. Over there is a bookshelf, but yeah. One last thing I want to tell you, which is also very sad in my opinion, is that this was the bed where Mrs. Chantal slept in her lonely last days. And that's probably because the stairs are pretty hard to walk. You're gonna witness that live right now. Because even for me it's quite difficult to walk up these stairs without falling down, and meanwhile holding a camera in my hand. But so far so good. Honestly, the upstairs floor is a huge mess again. But I'm just going to try to see the beauty in it and just trying to find something of this former family to reveal more of the story. Wow. Well, this was kind of an office part. There's a clock again. Desk. There is some tobacco over here. Still filled. All the paperwork is just dumped on the floor. It's really just unbelievable. It also seems that these people had so much stuff and they just couldn't get rid of some of the items. Some photos. I do think after I've seen this room they also had a daughter, because this girl over here is the same girl that you see right over there too, and also right over here when she grew a little older. The last calendar date, 2013. There's even still watches inside of here. They're still in pretty good condition. Another old photo of Miss Chantal, I guess. Oh, and over there is a photo of the man. The globe is just smashed on the ground there. Let's get out of here. There was even a monitor just laying on the ground here. Just left to waste, not any value anymore. So sad. But also please let this be a reminder, people, that you should never collect too much items or be too greedy, because one day we all go and these items will all be worthless. Just try to make yourself feel rich with more like memories and things that do not know a price tag. Because that was for me really an eye-opener when I started with this hobby. I do not care that much about possessions anymore, but I just care about traveling the world and yeah, just experiencing wonderful memories, making new friends, seeing new cultures, and of course documenting the homes and the past which was once inside of them. So I'm in a bathroom right now, and honestly I quite like it. This is a pretty cozy bathroom. I like the green tiles. There was a bathtub here, some bathing products, the bidet, and still everything is there on the shelf. There's even still a cap hanging up here. Park Asterix. Maybe a theme park, but I don't know about its existence. Alright. So the man's name was actually Patrick. I just found that name on the envelope over there. So it was Patrick and Chantal. Damn. So much mess. Unbelievable. Well, I'm just going to show the other rooms to be as thorough as possible, but honestly it will be more like an overview. Over here are some man clothes inside, some medicines. Definitely the evidence that Mrs. Chantal one day just died of older age. These people really like watching movies, by the way. Look, there is even still the poster of the Titanic. And over here, I think this is still the most pristine bathroom inside of the place. Stuff has been overthrown, but some parts are still in a quite good condition. All the puppets. Also an electric piano board over here. This mixing panel. Oh, and there is even another poster of the Titanic movie again. They must have loved that movie. Look at all these puppets again over here. The clowns, the dolls. Even the CDs are all still there in the rack. And then this quite eerie doll on top of the bed. And this room was actually connected to a bathroom. If I walk through this over here, there's actually a sink, there is a shower, and again, plenty of stuff just thrown around. And then lastly, there's one last room to show you, right over there. And that room is in terrible condition. Wow, look over here. This could have been a photo of their daughter on her communion. It should not be left on the ground. Let's just carefully put it over here. Dang. Well, this room will just be the evidence that this place was once lived in by respectless, homeless people and squatters. Because have a look over here on the ground. So many plastic garbage bottles. Dang. That's really a junkyard. Looks like this could have been the head of a pilot or something. Or maybe something with aeronautics. Leather man shoe. Over there, the wardrobes are still some of their clothes and some belts hanging up. On the wall they had a wallpaper of a forest theme. Concerning their home is, pretty much allocated in the forest. I guess they just love being in the nature. And with that having shown people, I want to close another memorable home, and also very, very strange home actually, in Belgium. I will slowly walk back down again. I have to admit that most of this house was a big junkyard, but I hope you could still appreciate that I showed it to you, because I think the one room and the items that were left behind, together with the story, were still worth a documentary. And if you enjoyed it, you know the drill. Please hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel down below, and leave your thoughts in the comment section right down below. And then we will see you on another exploration next week. Peace out!